So, thank you for coming to Devoxx UK. For those of you staying tomorrow, you probably all know what the situation is. We open the doors at 9 a.m. It's only for people with workshop and lab day tickets. When you come in at 9 tomorrow, you'll be able to choose which labs to go to. If you're super keen on a particular lab, because they are limited in space, because a presenter can only handle X number of people in any given lab, you really need to come in early and grab the right ticket. So, that's that bit done. For those of you whose last day it is, we've got a party starting soon, which is great. The Devoxx party. And it's down at the Brew House and Kitchen, which is Torrens Street. Basically, go out of the venue, turn right, keep walking, look for orange hoodies. My bit's almost done. So I'd like to say a massive thank you to all of you for making the last couple of days really special for me. I've had a really good time. So thank you. That's enough. I've always wanted to try this. Look, Devoxx is this community-driven thing, which I mentioned yesterday, and we always recognize that there are some really special people in the world of software development. And last year, I think we introduced some Devoxx champions, but there's another program which recognizes people who have really provided outstanding services to the world of Java. And last year on stage, we were pleased to welcome some new Java champions. And today, I want to welcome a new Java champion as well. Is Ivar Grimstad here? Where's Ivar?
He's giving a session.
He's not giving a session. It's over. Where's Ivar? He's there. Come on down. So I believe we've got a small gift. So come on down. Arun, have you got a gift? Congratulations, sir.
Thank you.
I think it's time for a quick photo. Actually, Java champions in the room. How many Java champions in the room? Fantastic. Get up here. Let's have a Java champion selfie. As though we haven't herded enough cats in the last couple of days, we're now making people move within rows. That's good.
Really?
I believe there was somebody else made a Java champion recently as well, just in the last few days. I don't have a gift for him because that hasn't arrived yet, but Simon Ritter, where's Simon?
He left.
Oh,
here you go.
he doesn't deserve a gift because he's left.
We have to squeeze in.
Go on, let's try and squeeze in.
There we go. Yeah, go, hurry up, Peter.
Come on, Peter. Outstanding. Thanks, guys.
Selfie. Beer! Hey! That's fun.
All right, you lot, go back to your seats. So many of you will have played with our conference gamification app, Huntley, over the last, Devoxx Huntley, to give it its full name, over the last couple of days. In actual fact, I think we had something like 771 people register. Around just under 300 of you were really active in the game over the course of the last 2 days, and that's cool. Well over 2,000 check-ins. There was even a challenge still running until about 2 minutes ago to check into this room. So if you're about 30 points behind, no, it's not going to happen. Anyway, it's been really good fun. I hope you've enjoyed it. We've got some prizes to give away, which we'll show on this screen right about now. For the first, third, and fifth place, you get a 3-day ticket to Devoxx UK next year. Now, this is where I realise I didn't prepare well enough, because there are other prizes that I should really give away right now. but they're not here. So you basically need to come and see me before I get drunk tonight in order to get your gift. For second place, we have...
Oh, come on. Yes.
An Apple Watch, donated by IBM. And that goes to...
Oh.
Go back. Cool dude.
Cool dude. Great username.
Even cooler dude now. Android user, cool dude, yeah. Okay, the fourth place prize gets a Parrot AR drone, and that goes to, I think, Marie Public. Marie Public. Is it Marie that's been running around scanning every speaker around the place? Yeah, Marie, stand up. Come on. I want to see you.
Yeah.
Come on. Because we introduced this where you said, hey, like, actually you can get X number of points for scanning a speaker. There have been people stalking speakers. I've had speakers come up to me going, I'm just an object now.
Yeah. It's been a weird day.
Okay, and for sixth place, kindly donated by Datadog, we have a Pebble Time smartwatch, and that is going to... Chrysanti. So basically, if you guys are in the room, come and see me at the end of the keynote, and we'll sort out your prize giving. And congratulations, well done, thanks for playing. Right, so I promised I'd keep it short and sweet. I didn't. I'm going to hand you over to Martijn right about now, one of the Java Council, who does an amazing thing and actually launched this conference 4 years ago. And for that, thank you very much, Martijn, because otherwise we wouldn't be here without him. That's it from me. I will see you all next year. And thank you very much. Enjoy.
No next year.
What are you talking about?
No. I am here, my friends, to warn you. Who in this room is British? Who in this room is from Europe? I need to talk to my British friends. I need to talk. I need to talk seriously to my British friends and warn them. I'm here to warn you. Bad things have happened in the past, and bad things might happen in the future. It will depend on you. If you decide to leave Europe, 10 plagues will drop down in the UK. The river Thames will be turned into red wine. No. Not French wine. English red wine. Your country will be full with frogs. You will be eating frogs' legs for breakfast, for lunch, and for dinner. Flies, swarms of flies, docker swarms everywhere in your parliament and even Buckingham Palace. The mad cow Dizzy will come back. Lice, you know these little tiny things, Node.js everywhere in the UK. And boil. I didn't know what boil means, but it looks like your cup of tea will never boil anymore. And you will be drinking cold tea. The Daily Mail will become the first one newspaper in the UK. everywhere. Drones flying all over the Amazon drones, shipping stuff to France, but not to the UK. Finish. The Egyptian had darkness for 3 days. You will have darkness for the rest of your life because the French will cut the internet pipe that goes under the channel. No more email, no more Twitter, no nothing. And Java dead in the UK. So, my British friends, if you don't want to have the 10 plagues fall on you, vote yes to EU and God save the Queen.
That was brought to you by the Vote Remain campaign. As you can tell, this is a very well-rehearsed, well-scripted, well-organised and utterly professional closing keynote. Welcome to the closing keynote, the Brexit edition. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Martijn Verburg. I help run the London Java community. I run a small startup called J Clarity, and I basically cause chaos in the Java community because it's fun. We have with myself, of course, good old Antonio Goncalves, who claims he's Portuguese but speaks in a funny French accent. And we will take you through, hopefully, a lighthearted journey of what's been going on a little bit at Devoxx UK this year. We'll interview some random people from the audience. Be very, very afraid. And we're going to play a little quintessential game, a little British game called Just a Minute, which is going to confuse the living daylights out of all of you Europeans. But I only can think that's a good thing. We did have an original plan, which you may have seen in the schedule. So we were going to start the closing keynotes. Something kind of got in the way. A little bit. So we decided to execute the add random French person method on Java Council, and I think that went rather well so far. And we're now going to start the closing keynote. So the reason why the Java Council, which sprung out of the virtual Java user group run by a guy called Simon Maple from Zero Turnaround, he promised me to say that, as well as Trisha Gee, who all of you hopefully saw give her fantastic talk on refactoring your legacy code into Java 8 idioms today. This kind of happened. Oh. So for those of you who were here at last year's closing keynote, you'll probably recognize that little chap there on the left-hand side was actually born on the Friday of the closing keynote, which is why I didn't get to do the closing keynote last year. And there we have Trish with little Eva and Simon completely awake with little Oliver. This community at Devoxx is wonderful. It's really kind, sharing people. When you're on the conference circuit especially, you do make very, very close friends. And Roy Van Ryn, is Roy here? Please stand up, Roy. So Roy dropped this off for me today to give to Simon's little one. So the Java Council, we tend to dress up in our Jedi robes and talk very philosophically about Java and talk about the dark sides, no JS. And we'll be very pleased to see little Oliver join the mode. So in the opening keynotes, we were shown a bunch of photoshopping skills. So, some of you may say that this has all been photoshopped, right? We're just getting out of our duties, but we have a real live version here. They say never work with babies and small animals. There we go. This is little Hunter, who was born last year in the closing keynote, and he very much wants a microphone. You going to say hello to the crowd? You going to say Ooh. Ooh. Did you name your child? There we go. Yes, we named him Bug Hunter. Fantastic. Delighted. Thank you very much. There you go. So you do get the occasional interrupted exception coming into life, but that's okay. So we'll go into the next little section and try not to keep you here too long because there is a heck of a party that's going to be happening later on this evening. So in David Letterman style, do people here know David Letterman? Yeah, the show, top 10 show. We're going to give you Devoxx UK top 10 without the top. Because this was curated by myself and Antonio, and, well, you've pretty much figured out our sense of humour already. Number 1. Ooh, there was a drum roll. We told you high production values at the closing keynote. Item number 10. People actually gave a shit about Java EE. Antonio, can you comment on this? This was weird, like, over the conference.
Yes, it is a pleasure to see that in the UK... Sorry, I was using my French accent.
Yeah.
Sorry, I got it wrong.
He will now speak the Queen's English.
No, it was quite interesting to see. Well, I don't know if you attended yesterday, but there was a panel about Java EE, where it comes from, but more importantly, where it's going to. And it was quite interesting to see that IBM and Red Hat are really sitting on the boat and ready to ship it and, move it along if something goes wrong. And I was, as usual, giving Java EE talks. There was more Java EE talks, and it's quite well attended. So yeah, it looks like people give about Java EE. Still there, still hanging there.
Very surprising. People still like their servlets, and they still like using Hibernate, don't they? Don't they? You all like using Hibernate, don't you? Nod and smile. On the Java EE theme, one of the things that I thought was actually quite interesting. He's telling Daddy to shut up. Thank you, little one. Wildfly Swarm. Now, this is an interesting take on Java EE in that you actually inject Java EE into your application as opposed to injecting your application into a Java EE server. So for all of you who have despised having to deploy to WebLogic, WebSphere, Wildfly, Glassfish, so on and so forth, and having to deal with all that nasty configuration and asking your ops people to actually install a server in the first place, Wildfly Swarm, you can just say, I would actually like my application to be able to do JAX-RS, for example. You just hit the magic Maven command, and JAX-RS just gets bootstrapped into your application. It's a really, really clever idea, and I think possibly could be the future of Java EE going forwards.
Yeah, I showed this slide about, we usually pour our code inside application server. And this time is the other way around. So you take the bits and pieces that you need of the app server and you pour it into your code, into a jar file, and you execute this jar file, and it just, runs only the bits and pieces that you need.
Yeah, I'd highly recommend checking it out. Number 8, the Hacker Garden. For those who actually decided that all of this socializing and listening to other people was boring, they came upstairs and they wrote code. Who here wrote code while they were here at the conference? Yes, the true developers. Fantastic. So here's a photo of Marnie and I looking extremely happy as we are about to start building OpenJDK. So this is Java 9 to be released on the Cloud Bees PaaS platform. And of course, it being a C and C++ application, the make files and the configure failed miserably. Can anyone tell me what the one wrong problem with PaaS environments are? He's already crying.
Internet connection.
Good old SSH. You actually cannot get inside these environments to go and fix low-level problems. So I say to all of you PaaS vendors out there today, please, please, please give us SSH access and I will start paying you money. I really promise this time. I will. Number 7. Now this one just weirded me out. Yes. IBM is cool again.
So I don't know if you've noticed, but they have this little car that goes everywhere, and there's a Raspberry Pi inside, and inside the Raspberry Pi there is a WebSphere.
Yeah.
Yep.
WebSphere, people. WebSphere. The thing that you used to have an IBM mainframe to run?
Now you have a car.
Now you have the car. It's amazing. So traditionally, when I used to come into Devoxx UK and I saw the IBM stand, I used to do this. This year I saw the car and the other cool toys they had with Watson demonstrations and so on. I was like, wow, if IBM can change itself, then so can Microsoft. And lo and behold, Microsoft has more Java evangelists than Oracle does.
One company sacks them and the other one hires them.
Yeah, it's weird. I've only been away for 1 year, and look what you've done to my industry. This is just horrifying. On to the next one. This was really interesting. So is anyone here from RecWorks at the moment? No, they've all packed up their booth and run away. So RecWorks is the community-friendly recruitment company, I guess, that actually has founded the London Java community. They do very ethical, community-based recruiting. And they had this board up today saying where people were in their careers and where they're aspiring to go to. And I'll tell you what, we've got a bunch of really confident people here at Devoxx UK, don't we? Just look at this. Everyone, just about everyone, is at least a senior developer. And everyone's aspiring to become the architect. It's a worrying trend. The architect. So if you want to learn about being a genuinely useful architect, go talk to a man called Simon Brown. Is Simon Brown still running around somewhere? There he is. Stand up, Simon. There he is. Fantastic. So Go speak to him, because his philosophy on all developers being architects and all architects being developers is absolutely spot on, in my opinion, and we won't need those islands.
But I met Simon many, many, many years ago, and he was wearing a suit and a tie.
Ooh.
Yes, you're right.
And that was the Frenchman stabbing the UK guy in the back. We also noted that most of you were being watched by your managers and said that you quite like your jobs. Not so sure about that. But yeah, there was some really interesting stats. What else do we have here? Next on the list. I thought the Devoxx Huntley thing was actually really cool the first year around. I have never been spoken to so many times by attendees. As a speaker, I felt really special. Except for when I realised all they were doing was staring at my badge eagerly with a phone like this. How did you find it, Antonio?
Oh, it's also a nice way to, talk to people. I have a nice chat with a guy. I don't know if he's here. I can't remember, his name. But we chat for nearly half an hour about, how can I become better and a developer, and how can I talk at conferences, etc., etc. So it's quite interesting. There's people who come flash and leave, but there's actually people who stay around and talk, and it was quite interesting.
Yeah, it's quite nice. And some of the usernames were certainly quite inventive. Luckily, we don't have any rude ones up there, so well done for being adults, people. I'm very impressed. Would not have happened at a Ruby conference. Ooh, yes. Sticking the knife in. I know. I'm sorry. This was the fourth cool thing I thought I saw. Did anyone see the Twitter photo wall? Is Sam here in the audience? No, she's not. She's run away. So Sam was organising or running all of this. Every time you tweeted to the Devoxx UK Twitter hashtag, a photo was automatically printed out by a machine upstairs and created this beautiful photo wall up there, as you can see.
Well, you still need a human being to take the photos on the wall.
Yes, unfortunately, we have not. That's next year's challenge, people. You need to write a piece of Devoxx open source software to control a Pepper robot to grab the photo and stick it on the wall. That would be cool.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. I'd just like to point out one special photo, because if you have not met this lady at the bottom here, Amelia, who is the selfie queen of all conferences. Hello, people. And it's not the first time I'm going to be picking on her. So that wall was really good fun.
The selfie champion.
The selfie champion. We should have that as a new award. The third coolest thing that's happened is obviously the party that is yet to happen. We're just assuming it's going to be good. So please turn up so it's not just me drinking tequila by myself, because that's just a sad, sad time. We got some people mentioning on Twitter what their favourite events were at Devoxx UK. Apparently Ted Neward showed his love for his managers. The people were at that talk. Maurice talked about opening front doors. And David Blevins, who I believe is in the audience. David, wave. There he is. Talked about making Java EE functional, which was quite cool.
Arun Gupta also showed his love for his managers. He had an ignite of 5 minutes, and he went through his history of management and pointed the good ones. I think he forgot the bad ones, but
yeah, were there lots of good ones?
Yeah.
Arun, people go talk to Arun, and he can maybe guide you on how to actually find a decent manager. By the sounds, they're few and far between. There were some really, really interesting quickie talks for those who managed to take a break from eating their lunch. The one that fascinated me the most was this one, the disco calculator. This is a calculator that Samantha put together, or Sam, I should say, that when you basically make certain calculations, it plays her favorite 90s disco tunes, which is just all sorts of awesome in all sorts of different ways. So is Sam in the room somewhere? Sam, please stand up, Sam. Oh, yeah, there she is. So if you want to learn about BODMAS and cheesy 90s dance music, go talk to her. And
the number one is?
The number one is, and we think this, we said about the high production quality values, thank you, James. We think this is amazing. We think this is actually really cool. And the reason why we think this is so cool is because I went and talked to my investor. I run a startup, and I then went and talked to all the other big investors out there, and we got talking to Mark Zuckerberg and a few of the other people that we just happen to have on our speed dials. And this is what they think is going to happen with Devoxx in 2025. So you heard it here first. Watch this space. And so that was our top 10 highlights of Devoxx UK. We would love to hear from you at the after party as to what your top highlights were. So we will now go on to the next section, shall we?
Picking random people?
Picking random people from the audience.
So people that have never showed up, people, who are really shy, don't like to stand up, don't like to talk in front of people?
Yeah, those sorts of people.
Okay.
So who are we going to pick on first? Well, Roy is looking really sullen and he's got his arms crossed. Roy, why don't you come on up and answer a few questions for us?
I'm not that shy.
Yeah, Roy's not that shy. Is that mic working? Tap, tap. There we go.
Bit, yeah.
So, for those who don't know Roy, he's a fairly famous...
Wait.
Oh, he's going to have to do a selfie, isn't he?
Now people know.
Now
I always carry this around.
Always carry around.
This is me.
So people know Roy for his photography, his juggling, and Terminator. So, first of all, juggling, why?
That's a good question. Well, juggling, it's the best sport in the world. So why would you just run when you can juggle at the same time?
I don't have an answer for that.
Exactly.
Can you show us?
Yeah. No running.
Mark, what's the insurance policy on this place? Fantastic. Now, you've been doing photography for a long time, and especially at Devoxx conferences, etc. How did you get into it in the first place?
Well, it started a couple of years ago. Just filming is a hobby of mine. I went to Devoxx Belgium, and I just took my camera, which was just new, and I tried it out. Made a movie, put it online. Stefan saw it, and he says, "Okay, you're coming back next year, and you're filming." That's what happened. It's that simple.
Stefan the dictator. You heard it from Roy first. And favorite programming language that you code in today?
Yeah, Java.
Java. There we go. Fantastic.
Yeah. I've heard that you had a fantastic T-shirt, a running T-shirt with a fantastic Devoxx runner logo.
Yeah.
And you actually used it early in the morning?
I used it this morning. Thank you for the T-shirt. This morning, Arun and Jess, somewhere probably.
Yep.
In the back. We had a Devoxx run, but we invited everyone on Twitter, but it was 6:15 in the morning, and there were just 3 people. Oh well. So maybe we can do it tomorrow, if you would like to run tomorrow after Devoxx.
How many kilometers did you run?
Something between 8 and 10.
Only 8 and 10 kilometres after a party. Great. Yeah, I'm going to volunteer for that myself. Perfect. Thank you, Roy. That was excellent. Cheers. So we need to pick on the next person. Sam, I'm sorry that the disco thing is just too interesting, so could you please come up? Yeah. So my understanding is this was a brand new coding project for you. You had never been a coder before or a developer before. Is that right?
Yeah, exactly. I did it to learn to code.
To learn to code. What was the hardest thing about learning to code, do you think?
It was really frustrating because I didn't know everything. So I had to go and research and I had to go and read about stuff. And I'm dyslexic and can't really read very well, so that was really annoying. So I just ended up getting involved in various things like Code Up and things so we could go along. And they're really great places where adults can learn to code. Yeah.
Which language?
Python.
Sorry?
Python.
Okay.
So Python's acceptable to Java people, isn't it? Python's acceptable? Yeah, we don't mind at all. And what do you think the most fun or the coolest thing about coding that you discovered?
Kind of twofold, really. Firstly, it's quite nice when you've just built something, especially with the calculator, because it was actually a physical thing you could hold, and it works sometimes. It actually broke 5 minutes before my talk, so I was running around with some tweezers trying to put it back together again. So it's really cool just having something, and I kind of hope when I learn a bit more, I don't lose that excitement. The other thing is that I end up doing stuff like this through doing most people won't get the opportunity to do stuff like this just because they learn how to code, but I ended up doing a stand-up show and various weird things. So it was quite fun.
First time at Devoxx?
Yes.
Oh, fantastic. You're a mathematician by vocation, I believe. Data analyst, mathematician?
Yeah, data analyst for Autotrader.
Tau versus pi. Which side of the fence are you on and why?
Unquestionably Tau. Hey.
We have some Tau fans.
Does everyone know what Tau is? Does anyone not know what Tau is?
Right. I am French. I didn't think of
so Tau is basically pi times 2, which just sounds like a bit of arsey to get annoyed at this. But there's a big debate among mathematicians as to whether Tau or pi is better. And I got really confused at school because it was just when you were converting from degrees to radians, do you times something like 2? And I just got really confused. So when someone told me about pi, I was like, that's awesome. And plus there's loads of really fun and pretty things that come out of it, like e to the I tau equals 1, which is just crazy.
Oh, I thought you were talking about a pie.
And last quick, deeply technical, difficult question. Favorite 90s dance tune and why?
I couldn't put it on the calculator, which is really upsetting, but it has to be Barbie Girl by Aqua, just for the sheer number of wonderful parodies that have been done about it.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. Cheers. Who are we going to pick on next? I think we're going to pick on Richard. Is Richard Warburton here? There he is. Good man.
Oh, it's the Yocto guy.
Thank you. Is that my new I'm the Yocto guy?
Yeah. I'm a Yocto fan now.
Excellent.
Really?
There's 2 of us now.
This is good. So apart from being deeply involved in some pretty interesting projects around low latency frameworks and libraries and things at the moment, apparently you're also a bit of a movie buff. So best movie of 2016?
I don't like a best movie type thing. I don't like the listing. The listing things is so silly. Lots of good movies around there.
Like our top 10?
Yeah. Also very silly. But I appreciated the silliness. But I did actually watch the other week, what was it, Love and Happiness, which is actually a really weird adaptation of a Jane Austen novel, which I appreciate is probably not the correct audience to pitch a Jane Austen novel to. But give it a chance, okay? Give it a chance. What you've got to recognise with adaptations of Jane Austen novels is they're basically taking the piss out of really, really self-obsessed people, which is probably something we can all empathise with, find funny at some level. So, Love and Happiness. try it.
Sounds good. And I believe, as part of this whole Brexit debate thing, you were actually a Welshman by birth. Is that correct?
I was born in Wales. I'm a very, very, very fake Welshman, if I'm being honest. I don't speak Welsh. I've not lived in Wales for years. I don't dislike Wales or anything, but I'm a very, very fake Welshman.
So you definitely decided computer science as opposed to Welsh language studies.
Yeah. So I was very fortunate because at one point in time they decided that everyone in school needed to learn Welsh. And I was just 1 year too old to be forced to be put through that process. So I don't know Welsh at all on account of being 1 year too old. It's
so
glorious.
You can't even say hello in Welsh?
No. I don't think that's held me back at any point in time.
So I don't know if Wales itself will be succeeding from the UK and joining EU on its own.
No. Well, hopefully we won't be either.
Yeah. And last question, I know you do a lot of, you've written a book on Java 8 and you do Java 8 training in particular. For you, what's the best hidden feature of Java 8? So there's obviously the streams and lambda stuff, but what's maybe a hidden gem of Java 8 that you think a lot of people don't know about?
Let's say the top one.
The top... So I think one of the things when you look at new kind of language features is a lot of people dive onto lambdas as being a great function, as a great feature. But actually, method references are really, really very useful as a language feature. And I think perhaps the kind of hidden gem isn't the feature, but the encouraging people to use a method reference to a named function over a lambda, which in many cases is a lot easier to read.
Excellent, cool. Thank you very much, Richard.
Thank you.
Cheers. And we're going to we got time for one more random interview, I think. So, Amelia, where are you, young lady? Come on, Amelia.
The selfie champion.
Selfie champion.
We should have a jacket, a selfie champion
we
jacket.
Had a selfie jacket.
I think there's Aaron.
Yeah. Cool.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, look at that.
There you go.
There we go.
Not happening.
Amalia, what is your favorite Java 8 feature?
I don't think this is like seriously. Guys, I do operations and business. No.
So you're a bit of a stalwart of the conference scene. You rally the troops. You're always there, helping people have a good time, etc. What's been your favorite moment here at Devoxx UK this year?
Just hanging out with most of you. I mean, the people that I got to know, old friends, old user suspects, the new ones too. I mean, love hanging out.
Okay.
1. No, we are counting the number of times you say love.
Yeah.
Guys, I am Ecuadorian.
We won't ask you about the Brexit either in that case. So you have an uncanny ability to take really, really good selfies, which I only thought teenagers could do.
iPhone. That's it.
So can you give us your top tip of taking a selfie? What's the secret? How do you take a good one?
You smile, you look at the person in the eyes, and they cannot tell you no. It's like, fuck, let's take a photo. That's it.
Done. Excellent.
Without a selfie stick.
Yes. Then we have the tall people like Roy. He's like, oh, you're too small. There you go. Dude, I love you.
So no selfie sticks.
Guys,
Two loves.
hang out. Come to the party and if you survive the night, use some suspects.
C3.
You get added.
And last question. So you work for Tommy Tribe.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So one of the small to medium sized Java businesses that are out there.
Open source.
Open source. Very cool. How have you found it? Most Java companies are behemoths, right? IBM, Red Hat, Oracle. How have you found it as relatively small Tommy Tribe being a Java company? Is it really difficult? Is it been easy enough or?
Actually, David and I, we have never worked, we work, we're really, really hard workers, but until we created Tommy Tribe, we have never worked this hard. We work with amazing people who trust us to join on this small company. We're less than 20, all over the world. We love it, just waking up. Everyone works at home, and they are amazing people. We just want to hire the best people that we know, many usual suspects, and we do that. I mean, That's it. It's very simple, and I'm not that nice, actually. As my people, but yes. We love it. We're like, it's a lot of fun.
Cool. Thank you very much, Amelia.
Oh, guys.
Amelia, we love you too.
Salute.
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 And I think we got 4. Did we get 4? I think we got 4, didn't we?
Yeah,
we got 4
loves.
We got 4 loves.
I bet it for 12, so I've lost my bet.
You should take a selfie.
Come on, selfie, yeah.
Selfie, quick selfie.
Guys, I need to take a selfie.
Okay, selfie with the crowd in the background.
We make jokes.
With the crowd.
Yeah,
With the crowd,
okay,
yeah.
you have longer arms.
Oh, okay.
Come on, you
I
guys.
am the selfie stick.
Yes.
Yay! Wave, everyone! Yay! Awesome.
Guys, I'm going to tweet this.
Fantastic.
With love, Amelia.
Cool. So we're sort of heading towards the back end of the session. So just a couple of sort of community announcements I want to make very quickly. Java user groups. Who here belongs to a Java user group? Okay. Who here doesn't? Right. If you do not, and you try to go to Devoxx UK next year, you will be checked.
Not true.
Ruins all my fun. Who does he think he is? Does he run Devoxx or something? I mean, God, what's going on?
Do not change slides. I just want to say that in France, we have 22 jugs. Jugs in Paris, jugs in Nancy, jugs in Marseille, jugs in Nice. I think I'm going to stop here. But
You're going to stop there.
yeah.
We'll just say that the number of attendees to our Java user groups far outnumbers the ones in the French. There we go.
Again.
Again.
They're doing that again.
Doing that again. So please, if you are in the UK, I've got listed there the 4 top Java user groups that are in the UK. Please do go look them up. They meet weekly, fortnightly, monthly. They have hack sessions, talks, coding clubs, book clubs, coffee meetings, all sorts of great activities going on. Well worth it. If you can't get to a local Java user group, join Virtual Jug. It is, as it says on the tin, a virtual Java user group. It's global, has, I think, 7,000 or 8,000 members now. And Simon hosts a talk on Google Hangouts about once a month, which is really fantastically done by many speakers who you saw here at Devoxx UK. Number 2 community points. We actually have this thing called the Java Community Process, a Java standards body which governs how Java is built and sent out to all of you. If you actually want a say, thank you, Mark, in how Java 9 is coming out, what's going to happen with Java EE8, is there going to be a future for Java ME and IoT? You need to get involved in these programs. Okay, they're all open. They're all either open source or open and free to join. And every individual person here has a voice. They can contribute code, or they can review specs and documentation. They can vote in elections and actually start to push the shape of Java itself. So if you don't want Java to lag behind Node.js, nobody wants that. Please do get involved.
And if you were at the Java EE panel, we talked a lot about Java EE, which is, could have a bit more voice from outside Oracle. So, again, the more we are, the more we loud, the better. So, the JCP and so on is a great place.
Yeah. Now, we know you engineers are not shy of an opinion. So please do go and share your opinions at these places. It'll really help. And, of course, the Devoxx community. So some of this was covered at the opening keynote, but as a bit of a reminder, there is Vox.com. Is Lucy here? She's left.
Actually, sorry, she's left Foxed.
Oh, right. Oh, just quickly edit that slide.
I'm the new Lucy.
Yeah, Mark is the new Lucy. So Vox.com is a place where all the news around the Devoxx community is curated. So there's news, opinions, technical content, articles, so on and so forth.
It's written wave Lucy. Shall we still wave her? Or?
Yeah, wave. We'll say bye, Lucy. Yeah. Devoxx for Kids. You do this in France, yeah?
Oh, no. I have one daughter, and that's enough. No, we have Devoxx for kids in France, and it's quite amazing, and my daughter actually loves it.
So Devoxx for Kids is a fantastic way for you to give back to the next generation. If you're serious about seeing the next generation of engineers actually being producers and not just consumers of technology, then go and volunteer at a Devoxx for Kids. There's one happening this Saturday here in the UK. Dan, can you stand up briefly? If you want to get involved in Devoxx UK for Kids, then Dan's running that. And I'll get Daniel to stand up as well. So Daniel runs the global program. I mean, it's incredible the impact that this has had. I think now, was it 8,000 to 10,000 kids have been through Devoxx for Kids, learning to code in all different languages and different environments, and it's just so much fun. And to see the joy on their faces as they create things is something truly special.
And there's also Aaron for Devoxx for Kids US.
So we have them all here. They're like Pokemon. We just collect them all. It's great. There's also Vox Days. If you are from a region and you had to come all the way to glorious London to get your Devoxx fix, Devoxx is actually now being exported to many smaller regions and cities around Europe in particular through Vox Days. So do go to voxdays.com, see if your town or your city is being visited next, and if not, drop them a message and say, hey, would love to have you come along. Because Mark really enjoys organising conferences 24/7. So that's it on the community bit. We're now going to try an experimental little British section called Just a Minute. Richard Warburton here will moderate, and we have a couple of volunteers who are going to be game show panelists.
Can you explain what Just a Minute is?
I will let Richard do that because he is the expert. But if James, Arun, Matthew, Matt Revel, if he's here, Dan Hardiker, if they could please come up.
Do we have some introductory music, Martijn? Do we have some music? Okay, lovely, fantastic. So, hands up. I think, John, you're also... Yeah, come on, stand up. Who's familiar with Just a Minute? That's some people. There's a lot more people than we tried to run it in Belgium with predominantly American. You think I'm joking? It was true. Isn't Josh Long also on the panel? Josh? He's lazy guy. Okay, so if you're not familiar with Just a Minute, the idea is you have 1 minute to speak on a topic without hesitation. That means kind of pausing or what have you. Deviation, that means running off topic. Or... Repetition, which means repeating a word. Now, I'm going to run the time, and basically the idea is someone starts talking on the topic, and then when they break one of the rules, one of the other people jumps in and claims that they've broken that rule. It's my obligation to adjudicate such a thing. But before we start, we need a topic. So I want you guys in the audience to shout out technology-related topics that you think will either be easy or hard to talk about for a minute, depending upon how nice you feel. So what do you think?
Don't be nice.
Node.js?
Node.js is a very popular one. Okay, Node.js. Let me get a timer up. So, John Stevenson, you have 1 minute to start talking about Node.js, and your time starts now.
Node.js is an interesting technology that everybody obviously at Devoxx really loves, and I don't know why Martijn doesn't love it yet, but it's not the language, the one true language that we all love, which obviously is Java.
Repetition of what?
Oh, language. Yeah, that's true.
Oh, we have an expert.
James, you've got 38 seconds to talk about Node.js. Your time starts now.
Node.js is obviously the choice that you go for when you don't have any other choice. It's like when you go...
Repetition.
I take that back.
Okay, we've got 31 seconds.
Node.js is a framework that you can use to build your applications very easily when you are either using Java or JavaScript. They can combine very well with each other, and then you can easily build a web application or a mobile or an IoT or an edge, and they all work together.
That's nasty. Oh, that's nasty.
That's it's very nasty, but very fantastic. So, John, you've got the mic back. You've got just under 9 seconds.
So Node.js is quite good for running...
You said Node.js at the beginning.
that was in a... No, that doesn't work.
That's too hard. Okay, you've got 4 seconds to continue, John.
It's great for running ClojureScript, which is my favourite language, and everybody should come to my workshop tomorrow.
That is your very, very good job. Okay. So, we need another topic. What do people say?
Brexit.
This is meant to be a technical just a minute. Come on. Jay. I love it. Okay. So I'm going to move along. Arun, you've got 1 minute to talk about Brexit, which you may interpret however you wish. But obviously, don't deviate from something which could be a reasonable interpretation.
Java community process is the way by which you define a new standard in Java. Brexit is going to be a JSR 392 by which you can write an application by which you can write a mobile application or an IoT application or a desktop application.
Repetition of or an application.
You guys shout when you're going to interrupt. Okay. 41 seconds. Your time starts now.
So the Brexit is basically this idea that we are going to either stay with Java or leave. Now, I think that staying with Java is obviously the best idea.
That's cool.
Wait. Hold on. I can repeat from my previous... whatever I said previously.
No.
Okay.
For Brexit, you can't repeat what you said.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay. So you got 30 seconds. Start now.
Brexit is...
Hesitation.
That's nasty.
Man, you've got 20 seconds on the topic of Brexit.
Interrupted by the
So,
Brit.
in recent conversations that I've had with Java community leaders, one stood out more than most, and that was with Martijn. Martijn's been recently running Clarity, but there's...
Okay, John, you've got the mic. 16 seconds on Brexit.
What would Boris Johnson think about this?
Excellent, yeah. Hesitation. You've got 10 seconds, starting now.
Boris Johnson would clearly go, it's all about whiff-waff. We invented it, and so it should stay here in Britain. It's all about British values and...
Not invented. Twice. Not.
Yes. Dan, you've got 1 second. Can you make it? That's a legitimate hesitation. You've got like half a second. Go.
David Cameron!
Okay. Thank you very much. That was technology.
Thanks, everyone. Thank you, panelists. Cheers.
Thanks.
Where's the prize? Yep.
Where's the prize? I think everybody lost.
All right. Okay, we're almost at the very end now. So I'd just like to say a quick thank you to a very small list of people who made Devoxx UK possible this year. So big round of applause to Mark Hazel. And his, I guess we'll call it the leadership team, Dan, Ali, James, and Stefan. Good hand here to the photographer, who did a fantastic job the last couple of days. All of the volunteers here in orange, thank you very much. Devoxx UK could not happen without the sponsors. It's really, really important that they help support this conference and that you interact with them and they show off their really cool stuff. So thank you to the sponsors.
Even Microsoft. Yeah.
Even IBM and Microsoft, there you go. Of course, the speakers get well bullied every year into turning up, so thank you, speakers. Despite the slightly less than professional closing keynote, the audio and visual aspects of the entire conference are professionally done every year by Inga and her team, so thank you. And lastly, behind the scenes, there is people who actually help us out here at the Business Design Centre. They do a fantastic job every year, so I'd like to say thank you to their team as well. And on to the really important bits. This is where you need to go next. So note that down on your City Mapper app or in your notes, or follow people in orange hoodies and orange t-shirts and so on. Will we see you next year? Yes, we will. Right. Thanks, everyone. Back over to you, Mark.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Martijn and Antonio in both guises, his French self, his Portuguese self, and his real self. Right, we're going to go and have a party at the pub. Who's wearing a Devoxx Cooling t-shirt? Anybody? Come on, stand up if you're wearing a Devoxx Cooling t-shirt. Oh, that's not enough. Who's got their Devoxx Cooling t-shirt with them? Stand up. Put it on. Let's have a big group selfie or something, like down at the front here. Let's see how many people we can get. And because I quite like it, because I'm on it. Thank you so much for coming. If you're coming tomorrow, I'll see you tomorrow. If not, I'll see you in the pub for the party right about now. Thank you very much. You've been amazing. Cheers.